Okay, I'm excited for this one. I might be up and down, moving around, but I've had some big ahas lately when it comes to gratitude. You guys know I love and totally recognize the importance that having gratitude does in our day-to-day life. We all know that, please. Like, we all know that having gratitude really does just affect your emotional state of being, your physical state of being, relationships, so many different areas of life. But I've had a big aha where it's like, okay, we can see it, how it affects our children. But as adults, it can be hard to practice, to really get, to let it to just sink in. We tell our kids all the time, it's like, say thank you for dinner, whether or not you really liked it. Like, you can still say thank you. Or if kids at the end of the day are like, but we didn't get to do this, or this didn't get to happen, we tell them that there were still good things that happened and we need to say thank you for it. But sometimes there can be a disconnect with adults when it comes to gratitude. And I'm going to start off in a very simple way that probably most everyone can relate with. I know I can for sure relate to this. So let's say that you are walking past a mirror and you see a mirror there. Do you sometimes ever avoid looking at yourself in the mirror? Or let's say a camera. If someone's pulling out a camera, what is your first response? Is it to try and hide from that camera or from the mirror and just completely avoid yourself altogether? Is it to shame yourself? Oh my gosh, I am so fat. Oh, I haven't done my hair today. I'm a total mess. Like, this is ridiculous. I can't. Like, it's a pretty common thing to hear when someone's busting out a camera. And so let's use the mirror example. So you wake up, baby's right here with me too. So you wake up and first thing in the morning, what do you usually think about? And taking that to the next level, you walk past a mirror, you go into the bathroom, you're gonna brush your teeth, you're gonna splash some water on your face, you see yourself in the mirror. What is the first thing that you do? Is it to love yourself? Is it to be kind? To say something nice when you see yourself in the mirror, like you would hopefully do a friend? Or is it to shame yourself? And how does this connect with being grateful? So we're going to get to that. So that's one example. That example is of the mirror. So let's say another example of, let's say you're really good at finding the positive in things. You're really good at praising the good in yourself and in others around you. But there are some flaws that you are just ashamed of, that you just despise, that when it happens, when it comes up in you, you just want to beat it out. Like, you're just very, very cruel to it, either completely just avoiding it like it doesn't exist, or just belittling it if it happens. Just that feeling of just trying to rid yourself of it, but in a mean way, honestly. So that's another example, whether it's in yourself or it's in others. If you can be good and you can praise others for the different things that they're doing, but if something bad comes up, you want to like pounce and just attack that and just be done with it. There's another example that I gave on the post, but we'll stop there. So we know that having a positive body image and being kind to ourselves is huge. We all know that. But sometimes it is so hard to accept ourselves with the good and with the bad that's happening. And we do that because we want to progress. We like being on the positive side of things. We like seeing the good that's out there. We want to see the good in ourselves. We want to take it to the next level. But sometimes we just get stuck, or there's just this habit of trying to be good and to do good, but doing it from a level of hate or shame or anger or fear or just that intense energy with it. And it comes about in lots of different ways. Like, for example, I'll talk about a personal one with my face. So for a long time, I have struggled with acne. And I've tried lots of different things, and sometimes it works fantastic, and other times it doesn't. And sometimes there's different situational things where it'll just flare up again. And I've tried no makeup. I've tried coating my face in makeup. I've tried so many different things. And finally it hit me that I am horrible to myself in the mirror sometimes. The things I say to myself, I would never say to anyone else. I would never say to a friend. If my friend came and they were dealing with acne, I would never be like, what is wrong with you? Why haven't you figured this out yet? Like, just, or like, man, you look horrible. You've got to go fix that right now. Like, you got to go put on some makeup. I would never, ever do that. And yet to myself, I can be a bully. I can be the worst. I can be so mean. But I do that because I love myself, right? I want to be better. I want to do better. I finally realized you cannot get to the next level by hating on yourself. If your friend was always telling you all the things you were doing wrong, would you really want to be friends with that? No, you would shut them out. And that is what we've done so many times to ourselves, is we just have shut ourselves down in an effort to be better. So let's say weight loss. Let's say you look at yourself in the mirror and you're like, oh my goodness, why do I eat that way? Why do I do this? Like I can't change, I can't shake this weight. What's wrong with me? You're so fat. You look so horrible. And you just start to belittle yourself, maybe in an effort to shame yourself enough that you might change, that you might finally this one time change. Now, weight loss is a whole other issue that we're not even going to get into right now. But I'm just saying common things that come up for people. You just shame yourself into wanting to change. Or you're like, I know if I could just do this, then I would have the results I want. And you do it out of the goodness of your heart, trying to feel healthy, or whatever it is your motivation. And so you many times just say, I need to work harder or be better or more disciplined or this or that or this or that. And I promise you, you might be able to lose the weight that way. You might be able to, but you will never have a good relationship with yourself. Never. And you cannot have true change without having that good relationship with you. And you might be like, okay, yeah, whatever. But trust me on this. Try this. Try this. So what does this have to do with gratitude? So gratitude for adults can happen in many different ways. And today, just for today, if you're here and if you're still sticking with me, try this with me. You've heard of like being grateful for yourself when you see yourself in the mirror. But I'm going to take it a step further. A part that is missing is, have you said sorry to yourself? Have you said sorry to yourself for how you've treated yourself? Have you said sorry to yourself for buying into all the negative stereotypes that are out there? Have you said sorry for yourself for listening to what others would say about you and for letting that matter more than the truth that's inside? If someone else was bullying you, was constantly putting you down, and then they came up to you one day and said, hey, thanks for who you are. You're pretty awesome. Now, the word thank you is pretty powerful. Like, it truly is a prayer. Like, to give thanks, that's a prayer, okay? So that's a powerful word. So to say thank you and to hear someone that maybe has been bullying you say thank you, you might be like, oh, they said thank you? But many times you might then throw up a wall. Be like, they're just trying to use me. What's going to happen next? Because they've never been kind to me in the past. They've always been out to get me. We sometimes do that to ourselves. If we have been bullying ourselves for so long or buying into all those negative things, you need to stop. And you need to first say sorry to yourself. And I'm going to show you how to do this. There's so many books out there and so many excellent people that I've learned from. I'm going to give you just a summed up Portia version. But if you want to learn more about this, I can send you some resources that I've had. So I'm going to go to the bathroom for this one. Okay. So follow me. You're going to go to a mirror. Okay. I don't care if you don't want to go to a mirror, if it feels awkward or uncomfortable. It is. But when you apologize to someone, just sending it in a text is not the same. Shh, 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 shh. Okay, so my kids are close. So it might be loud. Water? Can you ask Aiden or Brinley for some water? Huh? Go ask them for some water. Say water, please. Go ask them. Say water, please. Okay, so when you apologize to someone, you need to do it face to face. It makes a big difference, okay? You can text an apology and it can help. So you might think it in your head, but look at yourself in the mirror. It takes it to the next level, okay? So you're gonna look at yourself in the mirror and you're gonna say, and it's even awkward for me to say it in the mirror also, because I'm still practicing this also. Say, hi, Portia. I am sorry for how I have treated you. You are so amazing inside. Whatever it is that you can say, you are amazing. You are so kind. You are so loving. And I am sorry that I have treated you bad. Say this also. No one should ever be treated the way I've treated you. Okay? You would not treat anyone else that same way. And if you are, you got a couple more things you need to add to your list. But don't bully people, okay? We can tell our kids not to bully others. Don't bully yourself. So say sorry. I'm sorry for the way I treated you. The things that I've said to you, whether to your face or I've just thought in my head about you, are horrible. They are not kind, and you are so much better than that. You are divine. You are a child of God with infinite potential, and I love you. I'm sorry for the way I treated you in the past. When I said that you're ugly, when I've said, I can't believe you're still working on this issue, I did the best that I knew how, and I'm sorry I didn't want to treat you better. Okay, so that's a very just on the fly apology. You're gonna do this, whatever words you need to say, the point is you're gonna apologize to yourself. You're gonna say sorry for how you treated yourself, and you are going to admit that that was the best that you knew how at the time. You're not doing it for the purpose of sabotaging yourself. Most of the time you do it because you're trying to improve yourself. But you're gonna apologize. And you're gonna let that sink in. And you're gonna say that you love yourself. Okay? And let that sink in also. And then if you need to, and I very much recommend this, go back and imagine yourself 5 years earlier, 10 years earlier, as a child. How long has this pattern been going on? This pattern of living life by shaming the way out of you, by shaming the mistakes out of you, by hiding or by whatever you've been doing as adults. We've been doing this for a long time. This might have been since childhood. Legit, imagine yourself as a 3-year-old or as a 2-year-old and say, I'm sorry for the way I treated you. I did the best I knew how. I love you exactly how you are. You are safe. You are loved. And you can make a difference. Now, this pattern might be going on even before you're born. Might be parents, might be grandparents. We all just do the best with what we know how. But to live a life of gratitude and of noticing the good around you, you need to say sorry with how you've been treating yourself first. And once you can say sorry, do you see yourself in the camera? Yeah. Once you say sorry, then you can be able to go back. And it's so much easier to look for the good because you're starting to heal that relationship with yourself. If you just look in the mirror and you're like, hey, you're awesome, you can do this, you can change, but you never apologize for the limiting beliefs or the negative junk that you just put on yourself, it's really, really hard to change with all that baggage. It's really hard to see the good with all that baggage. This little baby right here is perfect. She is safe. She is loved. She is important exactly how she is. She has these beautiful little rolls on her. Mwah. She has no teeth. Her hair isn't all glamorized and blown out beautifully. She is just her. And she is perfect and safe and incredible exactly how she is. You wouldn't go dogging on a baby. Like, they are incredible. They are miracles. You are also. When was the first time that you started seeing yourself as less than this miracle and this divine creation, than a child of God with infinite potential? Go back to that and say sorry and let yourself believe the truth. And if it feels so awkward at first, That's okay. It still feels awkward to me sometimes. I'm still working on this. But if you want to live a life of gratitude, which we know is so much healthier for us, our relationships with others will be better, our relationship with ourselves will be better, you need to start by saying sorry.